The little you lose, even in electricity, given time, you'll have lost a lot. We save on bills and save on replacements at the same. Avoid putting off any kind of switch, any kind of gadget in the house, be it electronics, with wet hands.
Hi guys, welcome to DaveCha Moments. This is the best online TV that gives you information concerning family, concerning current affairs. We're here to encourage you. We're here to inspire you. We're here to ensure that your life is better than the way it was yesterday. So please welcome, and we are continuing with our series concerning electrical awareness. We are here to inform you more about electricity in your house, domestic electricity. DaveCha Moments just about family, how you deal with yourself, how you deal with your children, how you deal with your electronics in the house. So please, I hope you have watched the past episodes. We are continuing, and I am here with my good friend Jeroboam Kimutai. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
How have you been?
I've been okay. We thank God, and this is another week again.
Thank you.
With another new episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the responses are still coming.
Responses are coming.
Yeah.
Positively.
Positively.
Yes, and people are really taking this positively. They are responding positively too.
Yes. It is good.
It's good.
You know, there's some things that we may look at them and we say, kitu kidogo. For example, you know, I'm a water engineer.
Yes.
Mimi ni wa maji.
Yes.
Mimi ni wa stima. Now, in water we say that, you know, a tap may leak. Tap. 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 And you see, that leakage is very small. But you know what happens?
Yes.
That leakage, put a tap leaking overnight.
Yes.
And then let it leak in a basin.
Yes.
When morning comes, the basin is full.
The basin is full, yes.
Now calculate that one for a whole year. You have lost a lot of money. A lot of money when it comes to water.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
So that analogy is directly, just we can even describe electricity loss like that. That's the very best. In fact, when we do we do electricity, electricity has three parts. It has volts, it has resistance, and current. So there is an analogy that we promised our viewers to do, and we will not do it today. It is just likened to the way you've been doing about water, the tap, and the pressure. So we shall do that later. Good. So the little you lose, even in electricity, given time, you'll have lost a lot.
Exactly.
Yes.
I think that is it. So because when you talk about saving on lighting, somebody may say, yes, lighting bulb is only 60 watts. It's only 20 watts. But no, when you use it, lighting for a whole year, you realize that you have spent much.
Yes.
So if you would have reduced on it, then it would be better.
Sure.
So today, because of what we talked about last week, I want us to proceed again on saving on electricity, especially on bulbs. Yeah.
Last week we dealt about saving. It was the major things we need to do. So we want to finish by doing these little things that will help us avoid loss of energy given time. So we are going to do some precautions today, little precautions that a person needs to take. And so we will begin. General precautions we need to take. Precautions. Yes. Number one, we need to make sure that our house is electrically well. All the systems are well. This means with the lights, you need to have their own switching, and then with the sockets, you need to have their own switching, different switching from the consumer's unit. That is our source, from the consumer's unit. Remember, we talked one time that we have divided our house into different consumptions, sub-circuits. That is lighting, sockets, cookers, instant showers, fans, air conditioning for people who are a little bit advanced, something like that. So there's a time when when you switch off lights, you will find that there's a problem sometimes. You switch off lights, then you realize some line in a socket has gone off also.
Exactly.
That is poor wiring. Poor wiring. So if you find yourself in such a situation, nothing is lost. You have to contact the skilled electrician,
at least to help you
come and do the wiring. Remember, when we talk about domestic, we are not allowing our customers to do the wiring. Okay, we can allow them to do the replacement of sockets, but wiring must should have been done by the electrician, certified and skilled electrician properly. So we are talking about if you find that you switch off your lights, okay, this is what we call isolation. When you isolate one point, it shouldn't isolate the socket. The socket. So if you are going for the cooking area, it should not switch off the lights and the sockets
in the house.
If you go for the lights, it should not switch off other parts. So that is number one thing. Make sure everything is well assigned, isolated. Isolated. So
when you get into a house and find out that when you switch off the bulbs, sockets is also switched off, there is a problem.
There's a problem. Yes, wiring must be done in such a way that you need to only switch off the area you want to attend to.
Exactly.
If you are replacing, for example, switches, you can switch off the lights part and the sockets are still on. Or when you are replacing a socket, you switch off only the circuit breaker or the fuse assigned to the sockets, but the lights should remain on. That is, if you want to switch, then it should be from your choice, but they should be different.
They should be different.
And that is what we call isolation.
So how many units do we have?
Okay.
The isolation units now. Okay, the general lightings.
Generally they are four.
They are four.
Generally they are four.
Yes.
Lighting, sockets, cookers, and heating. Generally in every house, every unit.
So in a circuit breaker, I should expect four
circuit breakers.
4 circuit breakers
in a consumer unit.
In a consumer unit.
Yes.
Okay.
Or 4 fuses in a fuse box.
Or 4 fuses in a fuse box.
But nowadays we normally use circuit breakers as opposed to fuses.
Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. I think that is good. So when you get into a house and find out that lighting is connected together with sockets and other cooking areas, please know that there's a problem with that. There's a problem with that. Please call a skilled electrician to ensure that every component is isolated. So when lighting is off, the sockets should be on. Yes, so long as there is power.
Exactly.
Yes, so long as there is power. I think you understand that. I think that's a good one. That's a good one for us.
Yes.
Yes. What else?
Now we continue now by doing the explanation. If your electricity is that way, everything will be okay. Now, we also need to avoid some things, especially in incidences where the socket has failed and people use something we call dividers. Dividers may not be electrical terms, or it may be an electrical term, but this is a situation where somebody loops the extension socket for the electronics from the lighting system.
Okay, come again.
Dividing. You have the lights, but you don't have a socket, or the socket may have failed. So instead of attending to the socket from the circuit breaker, then you do your socket, your extension from the lights,
from the lightings
into the electronics.
But I've seen.
Okay, you get it now.
I've seen people where the sockets failed.
Yes.
And he decided to take power from the bulb, and then akakimbiza kwa wall akaweka kwa extension cable.
Yes.
I've seen people doing that.
That is the thing. So in that case, you may have solved the problem in your lighting system, but then maybe the extension socket or one of the electronics had a problem. Then you realize again you have made the lighting system to fail again. So when we save energy on bills, we also need to save money. Money that we accrue when we buy a lot of things to replace.
Before we go there.
Yes.
One thing I've realized is that the power that goes to lighting should be different with the power going to the sockets.
Yes.
So tell me the implication of interchanging, that now I get the power from the socket and use it up there, or vice versa. What is the implication? Because I realize that the voltage, is it the voltage or what, or the current?
Okay.
It should be different.
The current should be different. The current is always rated with the unit A.
Amperes.
A means amperes. Or other circuit breakers have letter C, meaning current. So current is measured in amperes. So you will expect to see either C, meaning current, or the units A. So the amperes assigned to lights are lower than the amperes assigned to sockets. So when you connect sockets to lights, definitely you will wear out the circuit breaker that was supposed to be for the lights.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's why now the electrician ensures that what is for the lighting remains for the lighting.
Remains for the lighting.
So when I decide to pick power from my light to the socket, to the electronic gadgets, then there's a problem there.
There's a problem. And this brings me to the next point. You will realize that there's some heating because you are taking more from the light that was not supposed to be taken. More amperes, because most of the lightings are about 5 amperes rating, but the sockets are 13 amperes. Now you are taking 13 amperes from the rating of 5 amperes.
I get it.
There must be heating.
I get it.
Yes. The heat that we do not need. Yes, that is fine.
That is okay. That is.
The next point now, we need to as I was explaining, we need to make sure that we connect only things that are supposed to be connected in a given sub-circuit. Sub-circuit is for the lighting, for the sockets, for the heating, and for the cooking. Now, when we are replacing lights, we are replacing the switch, we are replacing the bulb holder, or we are replacing the circuit breakers, we need to take some little precautions. Number one, make sure that the area you are replacing is switched off. Okay, when you have switched off is when you will start replacing, beginning from the circuit breaker and then go to the switch and then to the lights. After you have done that, after you have replaced, when you are returning back the switch to the box, make sure that the wires are not trapped in any way.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe the switch may trap the wire against the box. Yes, that one has an implication also. The wires may be
naked in a certain place.
Yes.
And then you put them on the wall. On the box.
Or when you are screwing, the screw may you avoid the screw touching the wires, because the screw may encounter the wire, and then it is made live, so that when you touch the switch, it has shock also. Okay,
tell me more about replacements.
Be gentle when you replace the bulb. Be gentle. The bulb has springs. The bulb holder has springs. So when you replace the bulb, be gentle. Do it with be gentle. Don't do it roughly. Don't use a lot of force. Just push the bulb up and then turn it gently and then leave it.
But some are very difficult. You have to push it up.
No, even when you push it up, and then you turn it. You feel the tension. Yeah, whether it is too hard or it's not hard. Just feel your body is able to detect and apply the force that is required. But the point is, be gentle when you replace the bulb. Okay, when you replace the bulb with a lot of strength, you may ruin the springs, and then this will make the springs to have some contact, and then will come back to the bulb. The bulb may blow up. The bulb may blow up. So
basically, bulbs blow up because of the springs.
Because of some looseness, and because of some little things. For example, here we've been talking about the divider. Okay, because the divider is taking the power to the socket, and the socket requires more than the rated power in the lights. The lights will hit. the lighting point will hit. When it hits, it comes back to the bulb and the bulb blows. The bulb explodes. Yes. Yes.
It's a good point.
Another point is avoid putting off any kind of switch, any kind of gadget in the house, be it electronics, with wet hands. Okay? If you use wet hands or any kind of wetness in any surface of any switch or electronics, wear out that part slowly. Okay? And this also will help you to operate in safety, because when your hands are wet, you will experience the shocking sensation by far. So it's not good for your health. And then when you use that, your wet hands or anything wet wears out the switching system slowly by slowly. Okay? So when now you have destroyed the switch, it means you are going to use more money. The money you have saved in billing will come back to be consumed in replacing. So much as you are saving the bills, you make sure you also save on buying the replacements. When the bulb blows, you will buy. That's money. The money you've saved in bills will be like you've not saved, because you are buying another thing to replace. To replace.
Oh, so we may try saving on bills, and then we go on spending on replacement. So we need to be very keen. Yes, we save on bills and save on replacements at the same time. I think that is okay.
Because the common denominator here is money. Spending. Yes.
And Nini, there's something I wanted to ask. What happens when somebody is he was shocked because alikuwa hajavaa kitu? No, what happens?
Okay.
Ati yako mgutupu. What always happens?
Okay. When somebody is shocked, let me just explain this, though we did not want to go into that area, but I will explain it. When you are shocked, it means your body was part of electrical flow. So the current was flowing through you also. Okay? But the current does not just flow. It is flowing to some place. It is being returned. It is passing through you, going somewhere. So the flow must continue, the flow of current. Now, when you have your shoes on, it means you have cut the flow.
You've broken
the flow. Right? So when you are barefoot, it means you have connected yourself to the ground. So that way, if there was a fault or earth leakage, it will be more severe. But with your shoes on, it means you have broken the flow. Right?
Okay.
Yes. That is it.
I think that was fine. Powerful. Yes. Anything else you want to add?
Now, I still insist on tightening. Tighten the circuit breaker, tighten your bulb holder, make sure that your switch is tight enough, your sockets, the end of the wires are tight enough for you to avoid any kind of damages to your accessories in your house. Okay.
I think that is okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I think that was it. That was powerful, and we are learning more about saving on power, saving on energy, especially when it comes to bulbs and lighting system.
Yes.
I think you've gotten something. Please, you are free to write a comment there, and please subscribe to this channel, because more and more is coming. We're here to educate you, to ensure that things are good and you save a lot and your family rejoices, because at least there's the extra coin that can be used to ensure things work well.
Yes.
Sawa. I'm very honored to have you, Brother Jero.
I'm honored too.
Yeah.
And let me do one thing. For you to avoid the shocking, the switch must be connected to the live wire. Or rather, the live wire is the one that is supposed to be switched or to be broken or to be made. So there are incidences where people have connected the neutral wire to the switch. That way, even if the lights are off, the live is still passing. So make sure every switching in the circuit breaker, in the switch, the one that is switched is the live wire, not the neutral wire.
Yeah, so
thank you.
Nyinyi nyote mnajifanya electrician. Unasikia you're doing mistakes. Please listen to this because you will avoid a lot of mistakes.
Yes.
Otherwise, thank you so much
for
that time we've had. That's the time we had for you, our viewers. Please, I encourage you to subscribe, and please share this because it will save a life, it will save a family somewhere else. It may not be you, but it will be somewhere else, somebody else. So thank you so much for joining us. Let's meet again in our next episode. Sawa. Please subscribe and share this.
Bye.
Love
you, viewers.
Thank you. Blessings.
Bye.